Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is a double-ish review for My Hero Academia chapters 214 and 215, and welcome to the Monoma's Trash Club. In these chapters, we just get reason after reason why Monoma is in fact trash and awful. Let's get right into this. You want to like him, you really do. Well, actually you don't because he's a giant dick. But now, the first thing is that it looked like he copied One for All, when in fact he didn't really. He was maxed out on his quirk capacity and didn't actually copy Deku. He made a skin glow like Deku does, so I've got no idea on that one. Then Ochako takes him out with Gunhead Martial Arts. He says he drew a blank, so I don't know if he actually did copy Deku's quirk or not. Or maybe One for All is special and he actually can't and the quirk itself is just rejecting him. Next, Monoma does what he does best and tries to provoke Ochako into talking. That doesn't really work whatsoever. She's just dragging him to jail and he asks, "So how many quirks do you think I can copy?" And then she just holds up 3 fingers and it shows on his costume that he has 3 watches or stopwatches to have the timer because he has the 5-minute time limit. And then he's just like, "What if it was actually 4? All menacing like. And Ochako kind of just gets worse and just throws that boy in jail. So what does this mean exactly? Well, it means Monoma was hiding his Twin Impact copy, and when he went to touch Deku earlier, he actually did, which I was surprised. It kind of looked like he just missed him, but he did not copy his quirk. He in fact used it as just kind of hitting him for the first Twin Impact, then turned it off after the first hit, and then when he was in jail, he activates it and boom! Midoriya gets knocked down, and it didn't really do much because he immediately got back up, and then knocked down Shinso. I'm gonna be real with you, a character with a copy ability is really cool, and the balancing that Horikoshi has done with it is really well done in my opinion, but there's a major problem I have with this. Answer me this, who do we know that has a similar power to Monoma, but is infinitely better than him in every way? That's right, All for One. So let me explain. They both can use others' quirks by touching them. With All for One, the opponent loses their power and they still have it when Monoma copies it. Monoma can only use one at a time, as we see All for One uses them all simultaneously. It's that epic fight with All Might, and he has a limit of 4, Monoma does. We don't know All for One's limit, but it's probably higher than 4. And Monoma has a time limit of 5 minutes, as All for One time limit seems to be quite infinite. So what I'm trying to get at is Monoma's power is just underwhelming because we've already seen someone else with a better version of this power. But here's an idea. What if Monoma copied All for One's stealing power and then steals his stealing ability with his copy ability, and then Monoma can become All for One? Woo. Even more, copy Deku's One for All and then pass down One for All through the copy ability, and maybe that'll create another One for All user who can also copy quirks. And since we just learned Deku has access to 6 or 7 more quirks from the previous users, so that the person that Monoma passes on One for All onto can also do that. And that's just the kind of convoluted crap that I guarantee Horikoshi is just never going to address. Well, now that is off my chest, let's see what else happens in these chapters. Mineta made a shield out of his balls, so like that's cool, I guess. Although it seems like if he blocks something with it, it'll just get stuck to it and then make the shield really heavy. But Mineta doesn't really care because he gets a face full of Mina's Tiggle Bitties, and to an appropriate response, she throws Mineta as far away from her as possible. But it all works out perfectly because of all the scattered balls around. Mineta the hedgehog is just zipping around everywhere at the speed of sound. Shinso then gets a flashback to scarf training. They really punch in the whole having to fight for yourselves thing because, again, Aizawa with his quirk is still a normal human. He doesn't get a power up just like Shinso and Monoma, and we still haven't really seen a fighting style for Monoma. Maybe he can take up boxing or something like that. Anyways, Deku just whips out Black Whip and strikes an awesome cross-armed pose holding two giant whatever, I don't know, just giant objects. Shinso gets mad at him, understandably, because the whole thing with the sports festival was people being born with better quirks and not having to work hard. And Shinso doesn't know that Deku actually had to work hard to be where he is right now. But that's besides the point. It looks like he just leveled up again, but it then all just stops and he's in pain. His body can't handle full cowling, so it makes sense that he can't just go 100% with Black Whip, especially since it's much better than it was when the original user had it, because of all the cultivated power and the cores and all that stuff that still doesn't make sense. But, and he just figured it out 20 seconds ago. And this is just where it gets slightly inconvenienced by Monoma's twin impact and falls over, and then captures Shinso. So apart from Mineta's perviness with Mina, Mineta gets a twin impact into the gut, and that's hilarious. Mina gets pelted by Poltergeist, which I feel like she should be able to just cover her whole body in acid, and everything that touches her will just melt. But Ochako Ex Machinas and just chops Reiko in the neck, and then just pushes Yui into a wall that has sticky balls all over it. Ugh. And finally, Mina just uppercuts Shota. So I think the fight is over. The title even says it's the end of the fight, so yay, I think Class A wins. Class A is won 3-1 in the 5 battles with 1 draw. I don't know, there can still be a comeback next chapter. Yeah, probably not, but what is next? I think there's going to be performance review for them, maybe. I don't think we ever got it for the third team with Ida and Todoroki, since everyone was so injured from that fight. Or maybe we'll just skip that part because literally every single person is going to be like, what the F was that, Midoriya, with the Black Whip and all that garbage. So there should definitely be some coverage there, and hopefully soon we'll get a little bit of what the League of Villains is doing, because it's been quite some time since we've seen them. That's going to do it for this double chapter review thing. What did you think of this fight, and how much do you like Monoma now? I still hate him. And have a happy Super Bowl, everyone. I don't even know who's playing. I'll just make a prediction. That the yellow team, yeah, yellow's my favorite color, so they're gonna win. Hey, what's your favorite color? Let me know. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.